are some spec plays that I'm looking at in June 2020, and I just wanted to point them out and see what you guys think about them. So, just a quick reminder, if you guys find any value in this video, if you could like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. These videos do take some time to put together and research, and it's pretty fun, but it's also cool to see, some likes and subscriptions go up. I think that's really cool. I just hit 33 subscribers, which isn't a lot to a lot of people, but that's pretty cool to me. And hopefully I can get to 50 by the end of next week. So thank you guys for that, and let's get into it. So here are a couple of spec plays to keep an eye on before their merger/IPO. So it doesn't mean to go invest and buy warrants on these, but if your research gives you confidence that justifies buying into a position, then this is a good way to make a nice profit before the stock gets too overhyped and overvalued. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys how you can potentially find the next big growth stock before they really take off. And there's a couple different ways, but so the first one is I like to look at the William Blair Growth Stock Conference. So they hold this every year, and I think it's about 240 companies, and only the best companies present. So if you just type it into Google, present at William Blair Conference, you can see all the companies that are going to be presenting. Beyond Meat is one that stands out. Obviously, they're already pretty established, but there could be some hidden gems in here, so you can go through all of these different pages, and if one catches your eye and you like what you see, you can put it to your watch list and get into it. So that's the first way that you can find the next big growth stock. Okay, so here are a couple other ways you can find the next big growth stocks or solid stocks to get into. And here are the websites I use to do my research on, and it's PR Newswire, Globe Newswire, Access Wire, Seeking Alpha, Google Trends, and Reddit. Google Trends is more just to see kind of what the hype is around, and that can kind of help you decide whether to sell off or hold. But the other ones do help find the stocks. Reddit is a lot of opinions, but there's some really smart people on Reddit, and I've gotten some great plays from people on there. So definitely take all that information with a grain of salt and do your own research. You can't trust everyone that's on there talking because, it's the stock market and nothing's guaranteed. So just keep that in mind. To find the next growth companies and blank check companies is just to go on Robinhood or any brokerage and type in blank check companies, and it should pop up with a list like this. This is on Robinhood, of course, and the top 4 that I've been talking about actually are at the top of this list. So, there's a ton of them. You can just click on them and go do some research, and hopefully you find a good one. So that's another way to find them. In my most recent video, I did an analysis on FMCI, and if you haven't seen that, that is the Tattooed Chef. That's who they're merging with, and that video, I'll throw a card up in the corner right there. So go check that out if you haven't seen it. Getting into the newest plays that I've found, I actually got to give credit to this guy right here, Stets O. He put me on to GPAQ and CCH, and I got to give credit where credit is due. So thank you for putting me on to these. I really appreciate that. So I'm just going to get into each company very quickly, and I will leave all the links in the description to their presentations and more information on them so you guys can do some further research on these spec plays. All right, so getting into the first play, OPES, and this is going to merge with a company called BurgerFi, which is like Shake Shack. So they're mainly on the East Coast, which gives them a huge growth opportunity to expand their business. They intend to have a definitive agreement by the end of June, so the end of this month actually. And currently they have a non-binding letter of intent, so we'll see how this goes. But based on what I've read, they should be able to 2 times their value based on the revenue alone. And here is from Globe Newswire, this whole page on OPES, and I will link this in the description so you guys can read through it. And there's a lot to read, so a lot of good info on this company, but they're a high quality burger joint and people seem to really like it, so there's a lot of potential there. Okay, getting into the second spec play, GPAQ. This is going to be like an NFL resort, and currently I'm just going to watch this one because I haven't found enough information on it to really get me to go into this position. But they do vote to merge in 2 weeks, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to click over to their PowerPoint presentation, and this is what it's supposed to look like. It looks pretty awesome. Hall of Fame Resort and Entertainment Company. So you guys can read through this and you can see their participants, their CEOs, and their CEO is actually the design and he did the design and development for all Disney parks for 25 years. There's 3 phases to this plan ending in 2026, and the NFL is buying $10 million worth of stock. So that's pretty promising. They're estimating a minimum of 600,000 athletes a year, and the youth sports leagues are estimated to grow to 77 billion by 2026. So that's also combined with fantasy sports, concerts, and Hall of Fame players. They're going to have a water park, hotel, and retail. And it's rumored that that will be led by some of the top executives, brands, and partners. So, I mean, it all sounds really great, but it also sounds risky. I'm not sure how this will turn out, but let me know what you guys think about this one. I'm curious, to what other people think about it. So let me know in the comments. All right, and getting into the last one, CCH. So they are merging with a company called UTZ, and this is a snack company. So clicking over to, actually I have a couple articles, and these will be linked as well. UTZ Quality Foods going public with an anticipated 1.56 billion enterprise value upon merger with CCH. That's pretty awesome. Here's a couple of snacks they have. I'm sure we've all had these before. And I also will have their PowerPoint presentation linked. So let's go up to the top really quickly. So this is what it looks like. This is their investor presentation. Here are their participants. And I really like seeing where they stand with their competitors. Salty snacks among the best categories. And here's their sales growth, even during economic downturns, which we're going through right now. And it looks pretty good. I mean, they're on a constant uptrend, and they have really good financials. They're basically like Frito-Lay with more revenue and less debt. And I would consider them recession-proof. Packaged food like this, doesn't go bad, so that's recession-proof in my opinion. They're among the top leaders, and they have good financials. So this is probably my favorite play out of all the ones I've mentioned in this video. So I'm definitely going to be looking to add this and see where this goes. All right, so that's pretty much it. I just wanted to say I typically invest in well-established companies, but these have caught my eye recently, and I'm interested in seeing where these companies can go. Please do your own research, as these are very risky plays that can lose you money. So I have linked some good information in the description that you guys can check out and make your own choices on. Here are my rankings for these companies that we talked about today. CCH is in first, OPES is in second, and GPAQ is in third. And I put my reasoning next to them, just a brief reasoning. Comment what one you guys would pick out of these 3. If you had to choose one, which one would you go with? Please like and subscribe. This video for some reason took me a long time to make. And if you don't have Robinhood or Webull yet, you can sign up and get some free stocks with my code in the description. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a good one.